Welcome to Unleashed by Yourgi, trusted advice, real support, and everything you need to give your pet their best life. I'm your host, Elizabeth de Moraes, and each show we bring you experts, insights, tips, and real-world advice to help you and your pet thrive together. Today, we're taking a real-world look in behind the scenes into the people, routines, and decisions that make a pet care center run smoothly. From front desk coordination to personalized attention in the play yard, great care doesn't just happen. It's built on strong systems and a team that shows up with heart. We'll talk about what it really takes to earn a pet parent's trust, adapt to changing needs, and keep operations flowing. And we'll explore how tools like Yourgi support that process, giving staff more time to focus on what really matters most, pets and the people who love them. Today, our guest is Sarah Sloan, General Manager at Destination Pet, to shed a light on this topic. Thank you so much for coming today, Sarah. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. Tell me a little bit about what you do with Destination Pet right now.
So I am a multi-center manager, senior manager. I see up to 4 centers at a time. So we do boarding, daycare, grooming, some training, all the above. But I've been in the business for about 27 years. Wow. So longer than a lot of my employees have been around. But I love it. I love pets. I love the connections we have with the people. I love being that essential part of the pet parent's life, that when they think, oh, you know what, where am I going to go, where I'm going to leave my dogs or cats, and they think of Destination Pet.
Right. I mean, if you've been in it that long in this industry, it does mean that you love what you do.
I do, absolutely.
What is it that you love most?
I really think the relationships I've developed with my clients. I'm on some of their 3rd, 4th, 5th pets at this point. It's a different kind of business relationship. They call me when there's an emergency situation. I've met them at the ER, after hours when they've had things that happen at their house. But really developing that kind of relationship and having that trust with the clients, it's just a whole different level.
I bet. It's a lifelong passion.
Lifelong passion. Right? Absolutely.
I love it. Well, and so how do you, Sarah, ensure every pet parent feels confident and comfortable leaving their pets in your care or in your location's care?
Find pet care professionals that are really passionate. A lot of these kids, and I say kids, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of these employees, they love what they do. And you just have to provide them with a direction to make sure that we're providing the very best care that you possibly can. A lot of times when you go in these centers, these employees love these pets. They just need to know how we take care of them and how we do a wonderful job. And so as a manager, being able to develop your staff and really give them the tools necessary so we can provide the very best care we can. So
you train them really well.
We train them really well.
So how do you go about finding the right people?
A lot of different things go into that, I feel like. First of all, they've got to be very, very passionate about pets. When you get into the level of care that we provide, especially at my larger centers where we see up to 150 dogs a day, sometimes 200, when you sit down and interview with them and they're like, I love pets. And I'm like, how much do you love pets? Because
there's a lot.
There's a lot. When you get into the high volume centers, even the low volume centers, it's the day-to-day task of taking care of them and cleaning and running and doing all the things. You have to find the people that are really passionate about it. And people flock to that position. Even though we aren't necessarily start off at the highest paying, it's passion for a lot of these employees. So it's finding that, developing them, and putting them in roles that they excel at.
Can you please share an example of how your team goes above and beyond for a pet or a pet parent?
Yeah, of course. A lot of my clients that are giving birth, they get my cell phone number. I'll meet them up after hours.
When the pet is giving birth?
No, when the client is, so that they have a place to leave their dog. If it's an emergency situation or something like that, I'll meet them up at their after hours. I've met with multiple clients at the emergency room. One in particular, really one of my favorite clients of all time, her name's Jody. Her pet was Weston, and they had an emergency situation. And I showed up at her house and went with them to the ER. It was that he didn't make it, but they're some of my favorite people of all time. And I look to do that for every single one of my clients. If I can be there for them in their time of need and their pet's time of need, that's what we do.
And what about your staff? Do you have any stories of how they've gone above and beyond?
Oh, a million.
Because you're not the only.
No,
not everyone can come
not.
just to you.
No, I understand. I've got a really actually wonderful story about one of my staff. He's been with us for 10 years at least. His name's Chris. He works over at our Louisville location. Every 4th of July, he will go around the neighborhood and find lost pets that have broke out of their yards because of the fireworks, and he'll go and collect them and bring them back home. And it's just a thing he does on his own, just for the goodness of his heart. I mean, that's what is wonderful about this industry. You have employees that this is absolutely their passion, and this is what they do. It's not just a paycheck. It's a way they live their lives. So.
Well, it sounds like they really understand that pets are part of the family.
They are.
And you don't want to lose them, and so it's an extension of your family, and you're helping take care of that.
Absolutely. And we have tons of those stories where there's staff that goes above and beyond for these pets every day. And so it's really what makes it awesome is when you develop a team like that, that absolutely, embodies all of this, the passion, the drive, and the want to take care of all these animals. It's a whole different level of business. So
you've shared with us how you find those right people when you know that they have the passion for the animals and the team training so that they have the tools to be successful in their jobs. What about creating that teamwork? There's a different element there if you're creating a team.
Yeah, having the culture and really embodying that what we can do to take better care of these pets. Every single one of these staff members, and I can say that confidently at the centers that I oversee, they're there for the pets. And so it's about giving them all the tools and support that they need to better support them. And it drives that team. That's what we are as a team, is building that passion to care for the pets. And once you establish that, everyone gets on board. Mm-hmm. That's what they're there for. They want to do the best job they can. And you give them that support and those tools, and they do a wonderful job. I love going to facilities and finding employees, and they're like, we just need direction. I'm like, guys, I got plenty of that. So yeah, it's a great experience.
Wonderful. So if you find the right people and you have the right training, then it just naturally flows because you have sounds like you have the same focus and the passion, and that's for the animals and for the pet parents.
Yeah, and the customer service experience. Mm-hmm. Once you do all of that, everything else follows. You're exactly right.
So what trends are you seeing in pet parent expectations, and how are your centers adapting?
I think parents are always looking for the best customer service experience, and that's what we aim to provide, from walking in the door to being friendly to always caring for their pets, having a clean, beautiful facility, really stepping up in all parts of care across the board. And as long as you're delivering that, you see it, the client's expectations are met, then we're absolutely fulfilling what we're here to do.
Mm-hmm. Because if they're leaving their babies,
which they are,
then they are.
Yeah.
If something's not right, or if someone's not, maybe a little rude, they're not really being as friendly as they should, or something's dirty, it creates that little bit of an anxiety inside, saying, well, should I be leaving my baby here? And so it sounds like your centers are very focused in on making sure that those...
I'm big on cleanliness, safety, smell. I don't like, and I've been in the industry forever, and I don't like walking into a center and having that pet odor. Yeah. And so when it smells good, your people are friendly and welcoming and engaging. It makes for a whole different experience when you leave your babies with us. And that's what we want to foster, that kind of environment where you feel good walking out that door and that you know that we're going to take the best care. Sending those photos while they're gone just to give a little update on making sure that, we're checking in. We'll be like, hey, parents, I hope you're having as fun as I am on vacation. And we'll send a little photo of their furry friends.
Tell me about this. What do you mean a photo?
We do puppy postcards. So
during the day?
Yeah, during the day, while they stay for boarding or daycare, especially their first time.
Okay.
And so we can give the parents kind of an inside snapshot of how their dogs are doing in the center.
Amazing.
And so it's super fun, and it's just a nice experience. A lot of people will sign up for it every day. And so my staff's very creative when it comes up, where it's coming from the point of view from the dog. And
no way.
It's very cute. And parents feel good about that. And they can know, even if they're in Hawaii or Japan or wherever they may be, that their little dog's being taken care of. So
oh my gosh,
it's pretty cute.
That's very touching. Yeah. Are there other things like that that go above and beyond?
Of course.
Can you give us some examples?
We do cuddle and story time.
Cuddle and story time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get a little book and go in there and just give them extra love and tell them a little story. We do overnight, Kongs, treats, anything that they want. For the summer, I know a lot of locations were doing pogaritas.
No.
So they're doing little blended drinks for the dogs. But we do things like that all the time to just give that little extra bit of care. I know for over the 4th of July last year, we were doing little strawberry and whipped cream treats for the dogs. So we just like to go above and beyond and make sure we're always giving that extra level of care and love for these babies.
That's amazing.
It's pretty
love
fun.
it. We have a little Maltipoo.
Love
so
it.
I'm like, oh, we need to bring ours to your place.
What color is he?
She's white, and her name is Snowball.
Snowball. It's perfect. I love it. It's very cute.
Yeah.
They're sweet. Those are very sweet babies.
Yeah, but it sounds like we need to bring her to one of your locations.
We'd love to have her. I'd love it. If you ever want to bring her by Canine, I'd love you to get her groomed there. We can make her absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, definitely. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time that
Perfect.
she's...
I love it.
Now, you said in the industry for 27 years, you said?
Yeah, we saying that out loud.
So, well...
Yes.
Because you were 1 year old when you started, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So my aunt, my grandma built the facility that I started working at when I was 14. So they built it from the ground up. So I quite literally grew up in the business. So
We're finding a theme in our guests that people have been in the industry since they were kids.
You guys had Carrie here previously.
Yes.
She also grew up
and
in
others
the
too.
business.
That just grew up.
We love it.
Yeah.
We never grew out of our animal phase. So
I love it. And so you've been in the industry for a while. And so in terms of expectations and I'll say deliverables, have you seen an evolution within that for pet parents having those expectations and then what you then are delivering?
I have. So when you walk into and you've been a manager at multi-facilities, you definitely see there's a difference in what like the expectations are versus what's being delivered. And we always strive to be the absolute best at what we do. And no matter which facility I'm at, we will turn around if they're missing something or they haven't been trained correctly. We want to identify what's going on and make it the absolute best experience, not just for the pet parent, but for the pet itself. Because there's nothing better than when a dog walks in and he can't even wait to get in the door. And he's scratching at your door to get in.
As opposed to the opposite.
As opposed to the opposite. And that's what really is really great about these locations is these dogs are having a great experience. They've got friends they get to come and see every day. There's ones that, we're like, oh, that's her boyfriend. It's just, and they know each other. And then the parents will go maybe to a dog park and the dogs will immediately be like, hey, best friend. And so it's just it's sweet. It's a really sweet experience.
Love it. Now, have you seen, though, an evolution of those expectations and deliverables over the last 20-something years?
I think the expectations are always growing. When we were kids or when I was a kid, we would throw the dogs in the backyard, my parents. Yeah. There wasn't that kind of care. And now, every 6 month vet checks, the dog getting groomed every 4 to 6 weeks. There's a whole different level of care that we provide. I think people are having less kids and more dogs. And so...
Right. And they see how valuable and how fulfilling it is to have an animal in the home that they're taking really good care of.
Absolutely. And my dog goes to daycare every day. So it's a whole different ball game. But even when I don't bring her, or if I'm out of town at a different facility, she'll just sit there and bring my husband the leash over and over and over again. And I'm like, I think she's being pretty clear about what she wants to do. So yeah.
What do you have?
I've got a lot of rescues, but our new girl she's a 2-year-old golden retriever, and she thinks daycare is the best thing. The best thing ever. It's the only place to be.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
How does Yourgi support your day-to-day operations and improve communication with pet parents?
So what I really love about Yourgi is it does not matter what location you go to, you can always access it. So if I'm traveling, let's say I'm going to the Woodlands to go oversee a center and I need to get my dog scheduled in, I can just scroll to that location, get her all set up. I can upload all my vaccinations. Everything's in one hub. So even when you're using it for either daycare, boarding, or grooming, you can also utilize our vet services. So it's just a really great app that's accessible at all times. So you can use any of our locations regardless where you're going.
It's amazing.
It's very cool.
Amazing. How do you feel Yourgi differentiates itself from other companies that do similar things?
It's a super user-friendly app. So you can get on there, you can fill it out. It takes very little time to fill out all your dog's information. And once again, once it's in there, you can utilize it across multiple locations. I think we've got 188 locations currently. Mm-hmm. And so it's just super convenient. So no matter where you go, you've got your dog care right in one app.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned that for the consumer. What about you as a center? How does the system help with your communication?
It's really nice because it's so user-friendly for the clients that it comes directly to our software. So they talk back and forth. And so whenever they're going to book, it'll send a request to the clients. Whenever they go to book, it'll send it directly to our app so we can get almost real time in there. And now we've made what's called real-time availability. So where they can book online, know that they've got a spot, and we just have to confirm it on our end. So it's very convenient. Dog care was not like this 10, 15 years ago. It's a different system. So.
But we as consumers, we're used to that now.
Yes,
and the easier it can be for the consumer, the better for your business.
Absolutely,
because then they know that they can rely on you even more.
Yeah, and that's why Yourgi is just so convenient because it's easy and it's fast, and then you've got wonderful, reliable dog care on the other side of it.
So true, so true. Well, in closing, is there anything else you'd like to share or say?
I just appreciate this opportunity to come on and talk about something that I absolutely love so much. And the opportunity to care for people's pets just been a passion my entire life. So thank you.
Well, we thank you for being a part of the show and pouring into our viewers and those who own centers as well, because what you shared today really will help them as well in terms of their teamwork and who they hire and how the system can really help them in their business. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Smooth operations make meaningful care possible. When systems work, teams can focus on connection, making sure every pet is seen, every parent is heard, and every visit feels personal. Yourgi was created to support that kind of care, helping teams streamline communication, stay aligned, and spend less time managing tasks and more time with the pets. To learn more, visit yourgipet.com, and if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at what keeps great care centers running strong, be sure to subscribe, follow the podcast, and leave a review, and share this episode with someone who loves seeing how real care happens. Until next time, stay unleashed with Yourgi.